Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching The Legend of Korra. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are watching episodes 3 and 4 of season 1 of The Legend of Korra. And we got quite an introduction to not only her, but to Republic City, to Tenzin, pro-bending, Amon, and the anti-bending movement. I mean, especially with Korra, I think we got a lot of her personality in the first couple episodes is that she's rather impatient. I mean, especially when we first meet her, she's busting through like a wall and, she's like just bending, look at me bend. And like, she's really, really good at it, but I don't know how well she is at like finding peace and calm and having patience and taking her time and evaluating things. I think that she is just kind of like she thinks it and she goes. And I think that would be really easy if you feel mildly invincible. And I feel like if you are the Avatar, you might kind of feel that way, especially if you're able to defend yourself against other forms of bending. Now, granted, the metal benders still got her, but like if you're able to defend yourself from any bending, then you might think yourself to be invincible. And I really like the difference between her and Tenzin, and like Tenzin realizing that she has to learn airbending in a different way. It's still the same but different, and she still she really does need to connect spiritually to the airbending, because like that's part of it, is like like feeling light and being able to meditate and be in your own head and not have all these voices going on. Like if I tried to sit and meditate, like all of a sudden I'd be like, oh yeah, the dishes. Or I'd be like, oh, that load of laundry. Like I don't really get a calm break. So I feel her on that. I don't think that I would be a good airbender, which is when somebody asked me what type of bender I'd want to be, I always said an airbender, because like, I don't know what that's like to feel that peace and that calm. Like I'm a spaz, I'm all over the place. So, I really relate to her, and I really envy Aang and now Tenzin. The one thing with Tenzin though is, he definitely seems like he has his mind elsewhere, that like he didn't really intend on teaching her because something's going on in Republic City. The city doesn't seem to be quite what Aang and Zuko probably had in mind when they created it, and they wanted to bring all the worlds together, but they wanted it to be in balance, and it's very unbalanced. Where there's commerce and it looks like people are prospering, there's also a shop owner that can't pay his bills, and you had the triple triad coming after him trying to get money. And, there's an unbalance there when she's at the park and she's eating fish, out of the lake. There's a homeless guy and he's talking about all the vagabonds that are in the park. And she's like, oh, there's a lot of you out there. And it like really shows that like, there's like that inequality when it comes to not only money, but then we also see it between the benders and the non-benders, and that there's an anti-bender movement. And I don't really like the term anti-bender, because that's almost like saying like I'm anti a group of people, and I don't like that. I feel like those people need to be lifted up. And it's really easy, I would think, one, to think yourself lesser because you don't have these magical powers, so to speak. And I think really when you do have the ability to bend, it's really easy for you to look down on people who don't, even if you don't mean to. And I can't really picture Aang being that way, but I would think, evolution of society would kind of end up leading it into that direction. You kind of see that with Mako. Like, he doesn't even want to talk to Korra. He's not even like, he's like focused on the game, and that's okay, that's fine. But even after the game, he's still kind of a jerk to her. And he realizes his mistake, but only when he finds out that she's the Avatar, and he's a very look down on, I don't want to say everybody that's not at his level, but he certainly didn't want to give her the time of day. And then Bolin, who's very friendly and kind, I think he might be a little bit more well balanced when it comes to like, oh, I'm a bender, but like I'm not better than anyone. And I really think Mako might think himself better than some people. I don't know if that's the case. Like you need more to go off of, but if I'm going off of one episode, that's kind of what the vibe that I get. And I was kind of confused though, because I was just like, are they really brothers, or are they just like maybe they're cousins? But I was like, well, I guess their parents, like one could be a firebender and one could be an earthbender, and you have Mako being a firebender, which I think is a wonderful homage, and then Bolin being a earthbender. I like that you see that, but it made me think, because I was like thinking about Tenzin. Actually, guys, I started crying on Thanksgiving. I'm eating my turkey, looking at my mashed potatoes and gravy. I'm having a good time, and I don't know what made me think of it, but I just like stared at my food and my eyes welled up with tears, and I just said like out loud, I was like, Aang's not the last airbender. And I'm so happy he's not. Whoa, I mean, like, we have Tenzin, and we have the three kids, and poor Pimo like really wants that baby to not be an airbender, but I don't know if there's waterbenders in their lineage because of Katara. I don't know if Bumi is a waterbender, or if he is an airbender, or if he's just a regular person with no bending abilities. And then Kaya, who I think is named after Zuko's mom, that she could be a waterbender, Rego, or an airbender. But either way, we have 4 more airbenders. And I kept calling any sky bison, any air bison that I saw, I was like, Appa, Appa. I know theirs isn't Appa, it's Oogie, or Augie? Oogie? Oh, I'm gonna screw that up, aren't I? I even went back to watch, because I was like, did they call him something? Sure did. Still voiced by D. Bradley Baker. And I can't believe that I missed Tenzin. I watch Invincible, and I'm just like, I love J.K. Simmons. Like, I love him. I love his voice. And I don't know, maybe I was so overwhelmed by like the fact that this is Aang's son, and that he's a airbending master, and he's going to teach Korra, and like he's old school and all this. I missed that it was J.K. Simmons. And David Faustino as Mako. I would never have picked Bud Bundy out of anyone. If you had said like, who do you think from the 80s is voicing this character, would never have picked Bud Bundy. Nope. Maybe it's like early 90s. Either way, I wouldn't have picked David Faustino. I'm so happy for him. What a cool character thus far. Who knows? And I was also thinking with Tenzin too about like, yeah, he's old school, and he was taught by his father to learn with the panels and to meditate, and he has to kind of, I don't want to say abandon that to teach Korra a different way, but he needs to kind of like expand his horizons a little bit, and maybe somebody else would learn that way too. But like, what a hefty legacy on his shoulders of he's Avatar Aang's son, and he is now teaching the Avatar, who is a reincarnation of his father, how to airbend. I don't know if that takes a toll on him emotionally, but like me even thinking about it, I got really heavy. And that's a really heavy job for him. And I'm sure that he's like okay with it and at peace with it, because he knows how important his dad was, and he knows how important the Avatar is. But there might be a moment or two where he's just kind of like, oh gosh, like I hope I do this justice. Like, if she fails at something and it's airbending, it's my fault, and Aang was my father. Like, I don't know if he feels that burden or that heaviness, but I feel like I would. And let's see, Milo is the little boy, Iki I think is the middle girl, and Jinora is the oldest one. Iki, she gonna be your problem child. She is the second born, just like I am, and I was like, ooh, I see a lot of fun in her. Have fun, Tenzin, have fun. I loved when he arrived and he was like, Mother, I have never been so happy to see you. I really enjoy that. I hope that we get to see Katara maybe a little more often than just the first episode, especially because we got the mention of Lin Beifong, who is obviously Toph Beifong's daughter, and she's just as hard as nails, like, I mean, she's a little bit harder, I think, but like I kind of dig her character a little bit, and like the little thing that she does to Korra, and Korra does it back. She's like, what are you doing? She's a tough cookie, and I appreciate characters like her where she's doing her job, she takes it seriously, and Korra needs to kind of take that a little seriously too, that you can't just come to town and be a vigilante and serve justice how you see fit. I feel like she's going to do that in this series. I feel like we don't get really much of a say of whether or not she does or she doesn't. But I do think that she needs to watch it. She arrived in town and then helped destroy some shops. And maybe she doesn't have to do that when she's training, when she's, in the Southern Wadern tribe, but definitely when she's in a city, she needs to watch that and make sure that she is being careful and taking care of people. And we also have kind of this looming presence of Amon, and he's got a cool mask. I'm guessing he is not a bender because he's kind of leading this anti-bender movement, but if he is a bender, dirty. Very, very dirty. I'm interested in learning more about the character because I really don't have enough to go on. Like, he could be like a really good, genuine person at heart, and we could just be like, oh, well, he must be bad because he's wearing a mask and he doesn't like benders or he's anti-bender. I don't know what his backstory is. Like Jet being like very much against the Fire Nation, there might be something there that has caused him some pain and that is propelling him to push this movement further. But I don't think we'll find balance with an anti-bender or a pro-bender circuit, like that just like kind of just shows. It's like, I feel like the pro-benders is like watching like the Masters, right? It's like, the people that make it into the Masters typically aren't people who were poor. They're not people that had to scrape by. If they are, it's a fantastic story, but it's like the one that sticks out because it doesn't happen very often. But normally those golfers come from affluent families and they have gotten golf lessons and they grew up on a golf course and they had a house on a golf course and they would visit golf courses and they would play at the best golf courses. So of course they got better and better and better. And then I think of like the pro bending circuit is like the best of the benders. And, that's a great way to divide people. So I'm interested to see this anti-bender movement and kind of what it's all about. And I'm really curious to kind of see Korra doing pro bending with Mako and Bolin because it seems like she kind of has like, I don't want to say a crush on Mako, but like I think she like appreciated like his style and was like found him to be attractive maybe. Not as a person, definitely not his personality. We need to figure out more about him before we say like he's a complete jerk, but like first impression, he's not the nicest person I've ever met. And I really like Bolin because he's very, very affable, very, fun loving, I don't want to say Sokka-like, but, a little bit like, don't take yourself too seriously. Have fun. That's the point of everything. So I'm really curious to see what lessons we're going to learn about airbending because I feel like we'll finally get it at the end of the season. And there's not a ton of episodes like there are in Avatar. So I feel like we're going to get through these books fairly quickly. And I'm super excited to learn more about her because so far, so good. I like her. I dig her. I love her. I want to know more about Tenzin. I really like Tenzin. Mild crush on Tenzin. I don't know what it is about those older men, the wizened, stronger older men. Maybe it's because he's an airbender and that's what I would like aim to be. That could explain a lot. Okay, guys, enough about my crushes. There's only 2 episodes. So let's get into episode 3 and 4 right now. Yip. Oogie, Uggy. I'm sure somebody will correct me. A chance encounter turns Korra from pro-bending. I love how they start out like this. It reminds me of Clone Wars. I do like that it's like a previously on, but not. The revelation. Oh, that's going deep already. And the music. Can I just say the music so far? Just 2 episodes? Amazing.
We gotta get you up to speed if we want to survive in the tournament. Deal with it.
He's so nice.
You deal with it.
Oh.
There, my little hard-working street urchins.
Oh, who's this? Pabu?
It's an honor to finally meet you, Avatar.
What is that?
And you are?
Butaka. Here's your winnings from the last match. First, you owe me for the Avatar's new gear, rent on your apartment, and a personal loan for groceries.
What? I'm a growing boy.
The Fire Ferrets need to ante up 30,000 yuans for the championship pot.
30,000 yuans?
Wow.
You got till the end of the week to come up with the dough, or else you're out of the tournament.
That sucks.
How are we gonna come up with the money?
Oh, I got it. I've been training Pabu to do circus tricks. Now people would pay good money to see that.
We need serious ideas.
Is Pabu a red panda?
I'll figure something out. I always do.
Okay, but I want to see the Pabu do tricks. You do it, Bolin. I believe in you.
Come on, come all, see Pabu the fantastic fire ferret.
Oh, he's a fire ferret, for the love. He looks like a red panda. Okay, Pabu, come on, get it together, kiddo. There you go.
Buddy, stick the landing.
Good job!
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You are too kind.
Good for you, Bolin. You're doing whatever you can.
1 yuan down, 29,999.
It's a contribution.
Hey, Bolin.
Hey there, Shady Shin.
Shady Shin. We should talk to this guy.
I got an offer for you.
I don't know, Shin.
Don't do it, kiddo.
It's just a little security work.
It never is a little security work. Always crooked.
You game?
It's so Sokka of him. Whoa, wait. Was he throwing lightning for work? That used to be such a cool move. And then they just do it every day at work, huh?
Bolin? You here, bro?
No, that's a cool apartment, though. I don't care if it is the attic. I'd have plants all over that thing. Those windows.
I bet the little lovebird is making a house call.
Yes! Yay!
He's cute.
He is.
Korra, is that the handsome firebender boy that drives you crazy? Does he drive you crazy in a bad way? Or does he drive you crazy like you like him?
Right now, mostly in a bad way.
Oh, hey, Mako.
But kind of in a good way.
You seen Bolin?
Nice to see you too. And no, I haven't seen him since practice. I could help you look for him.
Nah, I got it.
We can take Naga,
Who's Naga?
my best friend, and a great tracker.
I love Naga.
Your best friend is a polar bear dog.
Avatar's best friend. Who's that statue of? I can't tell. I don't think it was Zuko. I don't know what an adult Zuko looks like, so what do I know?
This is his usual hangout.
I'm really digging the animation in this episode. Like the shadows.
Yeah, I seen him. He was performing some kind of monkey rat circus. And
And then what? Why'd he leave?
Kids gotta eat.
Shady Shin showed up and flashed some serious cash. Bo took off with him in his hot rod. The triple threats, the Agni Kais, all the triads are muscling up for something real big. Now that's all you're getting out of me.
They have a group called the Agni Kais.
Sounds like there's a turf war brewing. Bolin's about to get caught right in the middle of it.
Interesting.
Triple threat triad. Why would Bolin get tangled up with...
Oh!
Whoa, Naga!
Oh, it's Pabu! Pabu knows where to go.
That's Pabu!
No, Naga! Pabu's a friend, not a snack.
Friends! Yay.
There are usually thugs posted out front. We better be cautious.
Oh, that's not being cautious. Is it a cover?
Bolin, you in here?
Oh, Aman.
Naga, come!
I'm gonna say it every episode. I love the music in these episodes. And the animation of these motorcycles. I'm loving it. Nice. Remember, don't destroy the city. Oh, God. Oh! Oh! Whoa, whoa. I guess you're not gonna bend to be a ninja of some sort. Amazing martial artists. Ty Lee style. Okay, okay. This animation is phenomenal. Good boy. Good girl. I'm guessing Pabu's a girl. I don't know.
I can't bend.
Yeah, you got a blocked chi.
It'll wear off. Those guys were chi blockers.
Yeah.
They're Amon's henchmen. He's the leader of the Equalists.
What do they want with the triple threats?
Whatever it is, can't be good.
Mm-mm.
Can't believe Bolin got himself into this mess.
We are going to save your brother. I promise you that.
Also, you kind of have to understand why a little bit. He only has one thing going on in his life, and it's the most important thing to him right now. I get the desperation for sure. Oh, poor Naga.
Gotta keep looking. But where?
I have an idea.
Uh-huh. Go team.
The first day I got into town, I ran into an Equalist protester over there.
And you think they'll know where Bolin is?
It's our only lead right now. Why is Bolin running around with the triple threat triad anyway?
We used to do some work for them back in the day.
Oh.
What?
Mm.
Are you some kind of criminal?
You don't know what you're talking about.
He's just trying to survive.
We were orphans out on the street.
Yeah.
I did what I had to do to survive and protect my little brother.
Oh.
Can I ask what happened to your parents?
I'm very curious.
They were mugged by a firebender. I was 8. Wow. Bolin's the only family I have left. If anything happened to him...
See? One more episode and you learn about him. Sympathy.
Equality now! We want equality now!
Ah!
It's a shoulder. You guys didn't, like, make out or anything.
It's time for the...
Don't...
You cannot silence me, Avatar!
Shut your yapper and listen up.
It's a bit much.
My friend got kidnapped by some chi blockers. Where'd they take him?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I think you do.
Stop physically bullying people. It's not how you get people to, like, help you.
Witness the revelation tonight, 9 o'clock.
Well, there you go.
What's this revelation?
No one knows what the revelation is. And I have no idea what happened to your friend. My bet is he's getting what's coming to him.
Yeesh.
Where's it happening?
Hey! What's going on over there?
The Avatars are pressing us! Help!
Let's scramble.
Well, kind of had that one coming to her a little bit. But she wasn't so aggressive.
Why didn't the Equalists put a location on these?
I bet the information is hidden on here somehow.
Yeah, there was something on the
Look at
back.
backs.
Yeah.
There's 4 different images.
So, it's a puzzle?
Map.
Yeah, of a map.
Go team.
Bingo. That must be where it's going down.
Just please don't go busting up places and hurting people and screaming at them. I don't know. I'm very much the person who thinks that you get a lot more with honey than you do with vinegar, so it goes against my nature to, like, storm into places.
What are you doing?
We'll attract less attention this way.
Sure, that's the only reason.
No one gets in without an invitation.
You mean this?
The revelation is upon us, my brother and sister.
Well, that was easy.
I knew a lot of people hated benders, but I've never seen so many in one place.
Wow.
Keep your eyes out for Bolin.
That is definitely out of balance.
Please welcome your hero, Amon!
Quite an entrance. I mean, the mask is really cool.
When I was a boy, my family and I lived on a small farm. This made us very easy targets for the firebender who extorted my father. My father confronted this man. That firebender took my family from me.
Wow.
Then he took my face.
Yikes.
As you know, the Avatar has recently arrived in Republic City. She would tell you that bending brings balance to the world. The only thing bending has brought to the world is suffering. It has been the cause of every war in every era. But that is about to change. What is the revelation?
I'm curious.
The spirits have chosen me to usher in a new era of balance.
What spirits?
They have granted me the power to take a person's bending away permanently. effortlessly.
That's impossible.
No, it's not.
Now for a demonstration. Please welcome Lightning Bolt Zolt, leader of the Triple Threat Triad.
Ah, boo yourself.
Bolin shouldn't be in this group.
There's Bolin. Wait, we can't fight them all. We need to be smart about this.
Uh-huh.
Come up with a game plan, team captain.
You're the leader.
In the interest of fairness, I will give Zolt the chance to fight to keep his bending.
You're gonna regret doing that, pal.
So, I mean, obviously the Turtle Lion helped Aang figure out how to take away somebody's bending ability. Is that what Amon is talking about? It didn't look like it, but I don't know. Maybe he knows how to block a chi?
What did you do to me?
Permanently?
Your firebending is gone forever.
Any ideas yet?
I think so. See those machines? They're powered by water and steam. If you create some cover, I can grab Bolin without anyone seeing.
Works for me. Mako, good luck.
You too.
Oh.
It's not enough.
Hey, you.
This isn't even fair to Bolin.
What are you doing back here?
Looking for the bathroom?
As one does. Don't bend. Or keep swinging at her and break a pipe. That only helps us.
Thanks. This should be enough.
Yeah, there we go. Wow.
I think there's been a big misunderstanding.
Is that like an airbending move? Good job, Mako.
Bolin, you alright? Yes, Mako! I love you!
Oh. Oh, God. Oh, I love watching the brothers do their thing. Oh, God. Wow.
You benders need to understand, there's no place in the world for you anymore.
That's not fair either. That's not equal.
I wouldn't count us out just yet. Naga!
Ugh. He didn't know. Oh, oh, poor Bolin. Poor Bolin. I like Bolin so much.
Let her go. She's the perfect messenger to tell the city of my power.
Because it's happened before.
Korra, what happened?
I was at an Equalist rally. I saw Amon. He can take people's bending away. For good.
That's impossible. Only the Avatar has ever possessed that ability.
But I saw him do it.
I believe you.
I didn't see the lights come out of the eyes, though.
This means the revolution is more dangerous than ever.
Absolutely.
No bender is safe.
Oh. These episodes are like adult heavy. What? Is she dreaming? She needs to learn to block cheese, man. Where's Ty Lee when you need her?
After I take your bending away, you will be nothing.
Who's doing Amon's voice? Is it Mark Hamill? I don't know if it's Mark Hamill. Oh.
It's all right, Naga.
It's a cool puppy.
I just had a bad dream.
Are you sleeping with your boots on?
We need to create a task force whose sole mission
is to find Amon and bring him to justice.
A move that aggressive would only further divide benders and non-benders.
Agreed.
Tarlock, I'm inclined to agree with your proposal, but who would even head up such a task force?
It would be my honor
Oh.
and privilege to accept such a duty.
Wants to make a name for
This is
himself.
just another one of your ploys to gain more power, isn't it?
42 years ago, Republic City was threatened by another dangerous man, Yacone. Your father wasn't afraid to deal with him head-on.
This is a completely different
I
situation.
wanna know about
and how
Yacone.
dare you compare yourself to Avatar Aang?
That's right.
Amon is not going to stop with the bending triads. Vote for this task force, and I will stop Amon before it's too late.
Probably not.
All in favor?
This is Amon. As you have heard, the Republic Council has voted to make me public enemy #1. The bending oppressors of this city will stop at nothing to quash our revolution. Our numbers grow stronger by the day. You no longer have to live in fear. The time has come for benders to experience fear.
And it's happening. Yeah, being an oppressor never makes the thing calm. If anything, it enrages people further. Oh! Oops.
I'm so sorry. I didn't see you.
How could you not see me? I mean, I was
Oh.
wow.
Yeah, she's pretty. Very pretty.
Are you okay? Did I hurt you? I'm such an idiot.
Don't worry,
Aw.
I'm fine. My brother hits me harder than that every day in practice.
You're Mako, right? You play for the Fire Ferrets.
Indeed.
I am so embarrassed. My name's Asami.
Asami.
How about I treat you to dinner? Kwang's cuisine.
I don't have any clothes nice enough for a place that
Aw.
classy.
I'll take care of that. All you need to do is show up. It's a date?
Yeah, I guess so. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Asami's pretty. And rich, apparently. Get some money for her for the pro bending thing. If you want to be in the championship, ask her for a loan.
We are grateful for this delicious food.
I'm not interrupting, am I?
Of course you are.
This is my home, Tarlock.
I don't like Tarlock.
Airbenders never turn away a hungry guest, am I right?
I suppose.
Oh, Tenzin, you're a good man. Oh!
Why do you have 3 ponytails? And how come you smell like a lady? You're weird.
Well, aren't you precocious?
I like Iki. I like her a lot.
As you may have heard, I am assembling a task force, and I want you to join me.
Really?
I need someone who will help me attack Amon directly, and that someone is you.
Join your task force?
It's a direct target.
I can't.
Interesting. I'd like to know why.
I came to Republic City to finish my avatar training with Tenzin. Right now, I just need to focus on that.
Atta girl.
Which is why this opportunity is perfect. You would get on-the-job experience while performing your avatar duty for the city.
Korra gave you her answer. It's time for you to go.
Thank you, Tenzin.
I'm not giving up on you just yet.
I wish you would.
You'll be hearing from me soon. It has been a pleasure, Avatar Korra.
Bye-bye, Ponytail Man!
I adore her. You're gonna do great, buddy.
Kwang's cuisine, Master Mako.
Master?
Oh, more than just cuisine. Gonna shine you up, boy. Oh, Prince Mako. Look at you.
The scarf stays.
As you wish, sir. This way, please.
He's still gotta be him. I appreciate that.
I am such a big pro bending fan. I caught all of your matches this season.
Honestly, there were a few I wish you hadn't seen.
I can't wait to see you play in the tournament.
Yeah, well, maybe next year.
Maybe she'll help.
Tell me, what's the problem?
We don't have the cash to ante up for the championship pot.
That's not fair.
Pardon me, Miss Sato. Your main course.
You wouldn't happen to be related to Hiroshi Sato, creator of the Sato Mobile?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's my dad.
Well.
Get out of town.
You want to meet him?
Meet the most successful captain of industry in all of Republic City?
Is he crooked? Oh, I hope he's not crooked.
Hello, fellow teammate.
Hey, Bolin.
No.
Missed you at practice this week.
Yeah, sorry about that.
We're probably out of the tournament anyway, unless some money miraculously drops out of the sky by tomorrow.
It probably will now.
Reason I came by was to give you this. Ta-da!
Wow, thanks.
Aww.
What's this for?
You saved me from Amon.
It was no big deal.
Well, he's grateful.
I was totally freaking out when he was coming at me with his creepy mask all, I will take away your bending forever. I mean, that is scary stuff. I still can't sleep well.
Delivery for Avatar Korra.
Oh.
Tarlock sends his compliments and urges you to reconsider his offer.
Tell him I haven't changed my mind.
Who's this Tarlock guy? Is he bothering you?
Aww.
Huh? Because I could have a word with him.
Aw, I like Bolin.
He's just some old guy who works with Tenzin on the council.
Oh, good. That sounds better.
I bet. Wow. I hope her dad, one, is not crooked, and two, she's not on the up and up.
So, I understand you're dirt poor.
Whoa. Well, okay, there's that.
I, too, came from humble beginnings. When I was your age, I was a mere shoe shiner.
Wow.
And all I had to my name was an idea, the Satomobile. Now, I was fortunate enough to meet someone who gave me the money I needed to get my idea off the ground.
Dad, stop bragging. Just tell Mako the good news.
Gonna finance.
My daughter passionately told me all about your hard-earned success in the
gonna
pro
help
bending
'em.
arena. And about your team's current financial stumbling block. That's why I'm going to sponsor the Fire Ferrets in the tournament.
That is good news.
That is good news, but what
There's
does that
just
come
one
with?
catch.
Yeah.
You all have to wear the Future Industries logo on your uniform.
I'll tattoo it on my chest if you want, sir. I promise the Fire Ferrets will make the most of this opportunity.
I hope so. Oh.
Out of the way, Daddy! Beep, 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 beep.
I see Tarlock's gifts are getting more and more extravagant.
That guy doesn't know how to take no for an answer.
Korra, are you doing all right?
No.
Yeah, I'm fine.
No, you're not, girl.
I'm glad you turned down Tarlock, but I just wanted to make sure your decision was for the right reason.
I'm just really focused on my airbending right now, is all.
Right, that's what you said.
And she's scared.
It's okay to be scared. The important thing is to talk about our fears, because if we don't, they can throw us out of balance.
Absolutely.
Avatar Korra, I have something
Oh,
for you.
God, more.
It doesn't matter how many gifts Tarlock sends. I'm not
Oh,
joining his task
stop
force.
doing that to her.
It's not a gift. It's an invitation.
To what?
Tarlock is throwing a gala in your honor.
Ugh.
The councilman humbly requests your attendance.
I mean, fancy party. Get to look pretty for a hot second. I'll go. Those kiddos.
Can't believe this is all for me.
She looks great.
I'm not sure what Tarlock's plotting. It's not like him to throw a party just for the fun of it.
Mm-hmm.
Glad you could make it, Avatar Korra. The city awaits its hero.
I don't know, something schmoozy's going on.
Oh no, that is not a toilet! Oh dear.
Oh, Milo.
It is my pleasure to introduce Hiroshi Sato.
We're all expecting great things from you.
Right. Greatness.
Oh, honey. Expectations are too heavy.
This is my daughter, Asami.
Mako told me so much about you.
How did you two meet?
Asami crashed into him on her moped.
Bolin.
Mr. Sato agreed to sponsor our team.
Isn't that great?
Terrific.
More stuff on your shoulders, you poor thing.
I believe you and Avatar Korra have already met?
Just because the city's throwing you this big to-do, don't think you're something special. You've done absolutely nothing to deserve this.
Wow! Tell me how you really feel. Oh, poor Korra, just getting defeated left and right.
One more question. Wait.
If you'd be so kind, they just have a couple questions.
Trap. It's a trap.
You witnessed Amon take away people's spending firsthand. How serious a threat does he pose to Republic City?
He presents a real problem.
Then why have you refused to join Tarlok's task force?
How do you think Avatar Aang would have handled this?
If the city needs me, then I'll join Tarlok's task force and help fight Amon.
There's your headline, folks.
Thing. Yeah, I'm with you, Tenzin. Reluctant hero. I mean, I don't blame her for being afraid.
Tonight, we will execute a raid on an underground chi blocker training camp. There is a cellar underneath this bookstore where equalists train chi blocking in secret.
I want to learn how to do chi blocking. Stuff is dope. Not against our friends, but I still would like to learn it. Little ha-ya! Don't mess with me. Scared me too. See, but if you continually do this to people by using bending, it kind of just like instills that like there's not equality. I actually like the idea of like normal citizens learning how to block cheese, because then they could be like on even grounds with benders, unless you can't even do that.
Nice timing.
We make a good team, Avatar.
I don't know about Tarlok. Photo up.
Avatar Korra has bravely answered the call to action. With the two of us leading the charge, Republic City has nothing to fear from Amon and the Equalists.
I don't know about that.
Amon remains at large. Why have you failed to locate him?
Because Amon is hiding in the shadows like a coward. Amon, I challenge you to a duel. Just the two of us, tonight at midnight on Avatar Aang Memorial Island. If you're man enough to face me.
I didn't expect that. I don't think that's the right move either.
This scarf was my father's. It's all I have left of him. I just feel like it keeps me safe.
I'm so sorry. I lost my mother when I was very young. I feel so safe with you.
I still don't know what to think about Asami. I hope she's on the up and up.
This is all you're doing.
I tried to talk her out of it too, but she's made up her mind.
Oh, Tarlok, you really put up a fight, didn't you?
We'll be watching the island closely. If anything goes wrong, I have a fleet of police airships ready to swoop down.
Maybe she'll just talk to him. It's a cool statue. That thing is dope. Jeez. And there's a full moon, so she's very powerful with the water bending right now. Is he gonna show up? No?
Guess you're a no-show, Amon. Who's scared now?
Oh, girl! Of course he doesn't do fair. Why would he? She kind of asked for it, though.
I received your invitation, young Avatar.
No.
Although it would be the simplest thing for me to take away your bending right now, I won't. You'd only become a martyr. I have a plan, and I'm saving you for last. Then you'll get your duel, and I will destroy you.
Yeah, I don't think she's really ready to face it.
Aang?
Did I see Toph?
Korra, are you all right? What happened? Was Amon here?
He ambushed me.
Did he take your bending away?
No.
Oh, thank goodness.
I was so terrified. I felt so helpless. I been scared this whole time. I've never felt like this before, and I don't know what to do.
Admitting your fears is the first and most difficult step in overcoming them.
Oh, I was not ready for that episode to end. It always goes by too fast. Okay. I get it. I truly want to think that Asami is good, that her father is good, who I just read that's voiced by Daniel Day Kim, and that is excellent. I was really looking up Amon's voice, and it's Steve Blum, and I don't know who that is. So that kind of makes me happy for Steve Blum because, good for him. I was like, did they get Mark Hamill back? I wasn't sure. And then, of course, Asami is voiced by Seychelle Gabriel, who she was in a movie that I don't really think a lot of people liked. So I'm glad she's back for that, but I really want to like Asami. I really liked her father, and my whole thing is that I'm very distrustful of new people right away until I get to know them. Obviously, even like Mako, I was like, there's something up his butt. And the very next episode that we watch is him talking about his parents and taking care of his brother. And it's really the only person he has left family-wise. And, I really like Mako. I like that he has Asami in the sense of it kind of gives him a different life a little bit. Maybe even if it's just a taste. I don't know if it's a long-lasting type of relationship. It's helping him, especially when it comes to like pro bending. And she's pretty. She's very pretty. And she seems really kind and good at heart. And I don't know what happened to her mother, but them both having lost their parents at a young age, I think, I don't want to say there's a trauma bond that could happen there, but there's at least an understanding of at least the loss and the heaviness of that. Mako opening up to Korra and kind of talking about his childhood and taking care of Bolin and losing his parents and being orphans, and it was all about survival, and that's why they were involved with the triad. I totally, as soon as he said it, I was like, oh, it had to be for survival. I think that they're both kind of good people. And I feel like Mako had to grow up a lot quicker. So that kind of explains a little bit of his aloofness when it comes to maybe even just like meeting Korra. Maybe he's been that way with other people as well. But, because he has always had to, kind of grow up and take care of people, and he doesn't have time for nonsense, I think. And I instantly got sad for him. And like I said, I try not to go off of a quick judgment. Now, Tarlok, not a fan, but I'm seeing that he's voiced by D. Bradley Baker. So because of D. Bradley Baker, I won't hate Tarlok. I just don't like his approach of things, schmoozing, and trying to reach power, like taking photo ops after breaking up the Chi Bender underground training facility. It seems like he really wants his face to be the thing that everyone thinks of when they think of taking on the anti-benders. And of course he wants the strongest bender that he possibly can find, which would be Korra, even if she, doesn't know much about airbending, but we've seen her kind of utilize it a little bit, but she still is one of the strongest benders. Now, one thing I really am liking is that they're kind of addressing things that happen in real life, that certain things are scary, and there's so much fear of the unknown, or fear of things being different, or just not being what you expected. I kind of feel her on that. I was just like, yeah, she's scared. She doesn't know what to do. She didn't come with a manual that says, oh, this is how you treat this person. I think when she calls Amon out and challenges him to a fight, I right away was like, that's not a good idea. She already has a target on her, and obviously he probably could have taken her bending, and he's absolutely right that it would have just made her a martyr. He's a smart guy. He kind of sees what's going on. And I love that she finally opens up to Tenzin, but she had that moment where I thought I saw Toph And like, I don't know if it was a young Tenzin, but then she also said Aang, so it could have been an older Aang. Look, I'm a sucker for nostalgia, and anytime I get more of people I love, that just makes me happy. It really does. And speaking of seeing Toph, Chief Beifong, she is tough, and she is tough on Korra, and she's not throwing around any niceties towards her. You know, I don't want to say she tells it like it is, but I feel like she tells it as she sees it. And like, there's nothing special about Korra, and I don't know if that's necessarily true or if she is speaking to a deeper hurt. Maybe I'm not sure, but like, it is a little odd after, you know, the city was fixed and Tenzin paid for everything to be fixed because of Korra, that like she still kind of has this chip on her shoulder, and I'm very curious to know more about that. I don't think that comes from nowhere, and I don't think you are hardened from birth. I think you are created that way. So I don't want to say that it's Toph's fault, but you know, something very tragic could have happened. You know, I mean, we haven't heard anything about Toph, so Toph could be dead. Maybe that, you know, affected her, or you know, I don't even know. I don't know if Lin is actually a metal bender, because we didn't see her bend any metal. We saw everybody else do it, so maybe she's not even a bender at all. Maybe she didn't get the bending ability, and she's just tough as nails. I mean, that was Toph, regardless if she had bending power or not. She was a tough little cookie, you know? It was one of our favorite things about her. She didn't take no garbage. I was going to say something else, and I try not to swear on these. Unless it's a god-awful movie that we don't want to talk about. Now, Amon being able to take away bending ability, I don't know if that's the lion turtle thing, because we didn't see, like, the light coming out of the eyes like we saw with Aang when he took Ozai's firebending. I feel like, I don't know, is it like a chi block? Like, is it just blocking a chi? It's not really doing the same thing. And maybe like we can find a way to open cheese. I don't know. We need Ty Lee. I need Ty Lee. I need my girl to come and teach everybody how to block cheese. That way it's just like benders don't have like one up on everybody. It was really interesting that I had talked about people coming from money and having the ability to, you know, be taught golf, play golf, live on a golf course, and have the best equipment and the best education, and, you know, become pro golfers and everything. And I was kind of like, not that I thought that Mako and Bolin were from that, because obviously they weren't if they were living in an attic. But then to see Asumi, and she obviously comes from money. I mean, her father created Satomobiles, and she's not that way. Like, she's not a brat, and I don't know if she's a bender, but like, she is, I mean, Mako's cute, and he's a professional bender, so I mean, like, that's attractive, I'm guessing. But you know, like she seems to have a good heart. She seems to have, like, I don't know. I don't want to trust too soon. I'm sure she's wonderful and she's going to be an amazing character, or she is going to, you know, be working with Amon. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to trust people so soon. But I will say that I do find myself getting frustrated with Korra, and I know it's my own personal thing. But when she is like so quick to violence, especially the guy in the park who doesn't have any bending ability, like there's no reason to treat those people that way. Like you're already more powerful than them, and all it does is instill fear, and instilling fear in people isn't the best way to get them on your side. You never, and it's the same thing with the task force, is like, you know, being a force or a presence of some sort of oppression isn't going to cause the people to be like, oh, we give up. No, it's going to cause them to fight back. So, you know, with Korra, I get mildly frustrated at how quick she is to be angry, but I know that once she learns that peace, that like I feel like that spirituality that needs to be in the Avatar, where you know, they're able to meditate, or they're able to like kind of step back and see things, the bigger picture. I think that is what we need. Now, that being said, That could be Kyoshi coming out in her. And I love Kyoshi. So like I'm not mad at her, but I know that when I'm quick to anger, I don't like the way it makes me feel. And I don't like the way I could make other people feel. Like, you know, like when you just like snap at somebody and it's not their fault. Like even like in the drive-thru when like they don't hear you and you have to repeat everything you just said and you say it louder, but like with a little bit more of aggression in your voice. That's only if you're having like a bad day or something. Like definitely that doesn't happen all the time. But like it's the first thing like that I could think of, like when like it's not their fault. You know, and it's something that I don't like about myself, and I definitely find my little irritation ticklers on the back of my neck perk when Korra does that. And then she has those moments where she's crying in Tenzin's arms and she's being very raw and vulnerable, and I think she needs to do more of that with somebody that she trusts. And I really, really like Bolin. I like him a lot. He is kind of like our Sokka, where he's a silly, goofy boy, and I love that. And, you know, like her being very serious and aggressive, and I don't even want to say aggressive. Sometimes she's aggressive, but sometimes she's just very like headstrong and just marches forward. And I think with him kind of being like a little bit more silly, goofy, laid back, lighthearted, I think she needs that, because if she was around somebody like Mako all the time, like they would just make each other broody, I think. So I really appreciate Bolin. And kind of, I could probably say the same thing about Asami, is that like she's kind and sweet and light, and I think Mako needs that. So, and Naga, what a good puppy, what a good puppy. I like her, but then Pabu, I think it's Pabu. Oh gosh, I'm already messing up names. Not that I feel like I'm gonna get burned at the stake or anything, but sometimes. Yeah, it's Pabu. I had to look it up. I don't want to mess up anyone's name. I'm already kind of confused if it's Oogie or Agi. I want to say Oogie. But Iki, Milo, Jinora, I have a little sticky note so I remember. Oh, let's see. Mako, Bolin, Naga, Aman. Yeah, sometimes I have trouble remembering pronunciation because I will read it in the subtitles and then I want to say it phonetically. That was, I think, the biggest problem with Avatar, was me saying the names correctly because I would do them phonetically. Again, deepest apologies for ruining any characters' names. Okay, so now we have Korra, who she's confided, at least in Tenzin, not only that she's afraid, but she had a breakdown. But I want her to talk to him about what she saw before, like, she came to, because she said Aang's name. And she's on Avatar Aang Island, which is, what a beautiful statue. And I'm curious, do we get flashbacks? Not that I need them or want them, but like when you get a little taste of them, it's like I get to see more of that, right? Right? I miss our group, and this is definitely a different show, and I will say that I actually love that. Instead of having a previously on, they do a recap, you know, like kind of 1920s film style, like, man, see? This is what happened on Avatar. This is what happened on The Legend of Korra. And like through the radio, the same music, like kind of like the 1920s, it kind of reminds me like Boardwalk Empire kind of feel, like the music. And I like that because it has like its own thing. And the music in here, like just, I think I'm going to say that every damn episode, is that it's just so good. They really upped their game. And I think they didn't have an orchestra until like the last 4 episodes of Avatar. So now they have one kind of like for the whole series. I actually just ordered, I believe it's the album for book 1. I think it was just released, and I don't know when it will be at my house because I don't think it's been released. I think it was pre-order, but I got the vinyl. I am looking forward to that. I am just going to throw on some headphones and just cry. Although they don't have the Agni Kai on there, and that's the one that I think I would like to just sit down and have that melt into my brain, because that was beautiful. But guys, if you want to watch the full-length reaction to these episodes, they will be available on my Patreon, and up to 4 episodes early. That is 2 reactions. But in the meantime, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I get the non-bender movement. I understand Aman. And like, it's funny that I was talking about Jet, and I said, you know, like firebenders had killed his parents, and so like that leads the heart to be rebellious. It leads the heart for vengeance and revenge. I don't blame him. While I don't think that Tarlok and the task force is the way, I also don't believe that Amon and his way is the way. There's always something in the middle. There's always a common ground. And I think Korra is going to have to find that for balance. Like, quite literally, in the middle, she has to figure this out. And I don't think it'll be solved by the end of the season. If it is, like, that would be kind of crazy. I know I shouldn't expect the same story progression that we got in Avatar, and I totally get that. But I also, I don't know, like, there's not like a, I don't want to say this isn't a big deal, because it is a big deal. Being able to take away bending is a huge deal. But I think when it comes to this world, like a 100-year war kind of warranted 3 seasons. So like it might just be air is this, and then, you know, we have to fight another big bad in the next season. I'm okay with that too. I am loving the show. I am loving the animation. I like the shadow work that they're doing with the animation. Like when they're like at night, like it's really good. When she was crying, like with Tenzin, all you could see was the tears coming down of her face. Everything else was in shadow. Like I'm really, really enjoying this animation. It's not better. It's just different. And I can appreciate that. And it's funny because Avatar very much took place in like non-industrialized cities. And it felt very old and very ancient and very, it felt very sacred. And like this feels much more modern. Not only the animation style, but the music and the characters and the problems. Like, you know, these are problems that probably would exist if bending were real in real life. You know, like, and just industries, and just like, I thought metal bending was a rarity. I thought lightning bending was a rarity. It seems like they use it to weld in factories, and it seems like, you know, it's a lot of people have different abilities, and they shared that knowledge. And I think that that's great, but that just means that there's probably other types of bending that we get to learn about as the season goes on. Yeah, there's not like one character in particular that I hate. I'm not a fan of Tarlok right now. Maybe I might be, like, you know, maybe he's not malicious. He's just smug. You know, maybe he wasn't hugged enough as a child, and so he needs, you know, the public to validate him, you know, but his heart might be in the right place. I don't know, but I absolutely loved Iki and how she's like, bye, ponytail guy. Oh, I love that little girl. She reminds me of me. Yeah, and like the characters, even like, I don't know if you're supposed to hate Amon, but I don't, because I understand him and I understand where he's coming from. Now, how he's got the ability to take bending, all we have on that is the lion turtle, and only Aang has ever been able to do that. So who's behind that mask? You know, and he was talking about a firebender coming to his village, and, you know, taking his whole family from him and leaving his face scarred. Well, I don't know. It could be a lie. I don't know. Maybe he wants to be the last bender. I don't know. Like, he wants to take away everybody's bending ability, and then he's the last one, and then he's in charge. I don't know. I look forward to more of his character. I love that we have chi blockers. I think that is a dope thing to be able to do if you are not a bender. Like, that's a great defense. It really is. So I'm glad that they brought that back. But yeah, other than that, like, I think I'm looking forward to so much in this coming season, and learning more about these characters, because like I said, it took like a whole 10 minutes for me to like really feel sympathy for Mako, and I already feel sympathy for Amon, and I feel even more sympathy for Korra, but I like also like feel irritated by her, because like she's triggering a lot of those things that I get irritated about myself, and at least I'm self-aware enough to know that, like, I'm not just saying something out loud and just being like, she's just an unruly teenager, what a brat. And it's like, no, there's typically stuff behind that. And gosh, there's just not one thing about this show that I don't like yet. So I'm looking forward to more, guys. So in the meantime, I will see you back here for the next couple episodes. Take care of yourselves. Yep. And I almost forgot. Somebody sent me a box, and I'm sorry, I'm so sorry that I lost the box with the name on it, so I can't even give you credit for this. But they said, it says, this is part of the package, or this part of the package will make more sense after a couple episodes of Legend of Korra, so open it when you feel would be best. So now that we're 4 in, I feel like maybe it won't be a spoiler. I don't know what's in here. People know me too well. It's in plastic, so let me get out. I'm sure you guys can tell what that is. Oh, I got a knockoff. Look at how tiny it is. It's like a puppy. This is adorable. So if this is from you, you know who you are. Feel free to say so in the comments, and I would like to thank you. You've given me other stuff too, and but I feel like this needs to be shown to everybody. Oh my god, it's so cute. I can put it up there with my big appa. Oh, good boy. Girl. I don't know. It's not a boy or a girl. We'll ponder that. Okay, guys. We'll see ya. Woof, woof. Yip, yip.